Hello everyone. Hope you have watched our earlier video on reasons for ESR penalty, and in this video we will be discussing on steps to resolve it. It is very important to assess the activities undertaken by the business for the reporting period. The applicability of ESR will solely depend on the activities undertaken by a business. Incorrect assessment may lead to penal consequences. If you are penalized, what should be the next course of actions? Licensees and exempted licensees are given with an option to appeal against the penalty. So let's start discussing the steps to resolve the penalty. Number 1. Carry out the detailed assessment. As I mentioned earlier, the applicability solely depends on the activities undertaken by you during the reporting period. For ESR, activities would not only mean the activities mentioned on your trade license, but the activities conducted by you in substance during the reporting period. Point 2. Identify the ESR submissions done by you or your consultant on the MOF portal. Now, here what I mean is, all the penalties cannot be appealed. We need to assess that what have we notified or reported to the ministry via our notifications and report. Point number 3. You may appeal against the penalty if you come across the points on your screen. Entity is not conducting relevant activity but has still submitted the delayed notification. For example, notification was due in June 21 for the financial year ended December 2020. However, since for financial year 2019, the submissions were done in December 2020, which was the extended due date, you followed the same for financial year 2020. This can be appealed since the entity is not conducting relevant activity in first place and ESR is not applicable to the entity. Therefore, it is not required to submit the notification. Second scenario. Notification was submitted within the due date. However, ESR report was not submitted. In such scenario, firstly, assess the activities whether the activity is qualifying as a relevant activity as per ESR. If not qualifying as any relevant activity, then you may proceed with appeal by providing satisfactory supporting evidence. If relevant activity was conducted, then we need to identify whether the delay in submission was due to any technical error on the portal which resulted in delay. The supporting evidence for such cases can be presented before the authority during the submission of appeal. However, if the delay was due to negligence, then it is a sure case of mistake and you will be penalized. Scenario 3. If the entity had submitted a notification with no relevant activity and later it was identified that it conducts a relevant activity, instead of submitting the amendment, the entity had filed a fresh notification. Now, the entity has received a penalty email for the delay in submission of the other notification. This can be appealed citing the facts to the regulatory authority that the mistake was done in the earlier notification and therefore the fresh notification with the correct details were filed. You can reach me directly on any queries you have regarding ESR. Thank you.